So definitely not an exact measurement. I haven't pulled this tight or anything. So high water mark on up here, right? I'm to the left of this door. And 50 feet, 48, 49, 50, give or take. So roughly here, equal with this left step, is 50 feet from the water's edge. Getting into this area is the right-of-way. The stream on the map is closer on this end of the house, and so your 50 feet runs somewhere along here. That might actually be doable. That's a county issue. That's going to be hand dug, but yeah, I mean the rule says 50 feet away from the stream, and I would argue that all day long, that I should be allowed to put a septic system in as long as it was 50 feet. I have not found Jackson County to be crazy or unreasonable. I think that they're pretty level-headed, nice folks, in all honesty. And so, yeah, every point of that stream, it's going to need to be 50 feet. That's not an inexpensive install, but the reason I'm looking, you get higher-end septic systems that can be $30,000 and $40,000. Stuff at the low end on flat-ish ground, flat like meaning this, not that, but like this. In this area, you can get septic installed $4,000 to $6,000, like the whole thing. When you start having to hand dig, the cost goes up. That's pretty steep. I wonder if the septic was originally installed somewhere in here. Yeah, when your system starts backing up, you're going to have to find the tank. I don't know if you want to do that before or later. I'm sort of the mindset of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I really would. I'd pour water down it and see if it's functioning. And as long as you don't get any strange gurgling, and if it's occasional use for now, leave it alone. But yeah, it actually might be possible to put, it's rock and pipe. You're familiar with that, South Carolina. Nowadays we use chambers, they're cheaper. Rock and pipe, I think, is a better system. Just anecdotally, there's not any research on it, anecdotally, they last longer. So, yeah, that's going to take actual measurements to figure out how that 50-foot runs away from the water. And then probably, even though the GIS says that your property line is here, that's probably, don't quote me, that's probably where the right-of-way ends. My hunch is, you'd have to talk to a surveyor and look on the survey map. I wouldn't be surprised if your property actually ran over into here, and then they do, I believe it's a 10-foot right-of-way to the left and to the right of the roads. The county does not charge you taxes for anything that's in the right-of-way, and so on the GIS system, they draw the line that basically says that that's where the taxable property ends. You'd have to look at your deed and talk to a surveyor about where the real line is over this way. And if it were me and it came down between a cheaper septic system and a more expensive septic system because it was too close to the water, I would very professionally argue with the county Like I said, I think Jackson County is actually pretty darn reasonable. That was 50. Up into here. GIS system says that your property line's somewhere in here. That might actually just be the right of way. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. That means I need to stop. Let me know if you would like me to come up here and talk about this with you or look at this with you. And I'll also bring up my weed eater and can look out that way. I don't know, but I bet you've got a tank somewhere in here. Could be over there, could be over here. And then you've got some drain field lines headed out that way. They also could be further down the hill towards the water. Who knows? Yep. If you bring me over and show me the basement and where your plumbing lines are exiting the building, that gives me an idea of where to look and to probe for a tank. And I'll bring a probe out and see, like, you know, when you hit a tank, it's you just feel the lid. That's just it's not, that's the way it is. You just feel it. So, pretty little house. It truly has a lot of potential.